figure this out. Man, I swear to you, I'm like having a straight up senior moment. I'm 38 and I can't get this live stuff to work. I done hit it like 4 times trying to get this live to work. And my age is really starting to display itself. I'm starting to get frustrated. My temper is like this, and I'm just like, what the hell? Screw it. I'm not doing this. Screw it. But I don't know how it looks on the other end if like notifications kept coming up and stuff. What's up, man? No, I ain't shaved my body for the I don't know competition. I haven't even done a show in like a couple years actually. So I mean, it might be a thing that I may do in the future, but right now, and just like I was talking about how I'm getting old, 38 years young, and I don't even want to do a show right now because my priorities evidently are being persuaded due to body composition, age, and interest. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Who knows? But no, not shaving my body. It's not. That's one thing I really don't miss doing shows. It's just shaving. I really don't. But then again, the tan really had a very unique smell to it. So when I would smell that tan over the course of a few days, it kind of gave me a little glow in my skin. So, but yeah, no, those days are gone for right now until we get back in the swing of things. But it's not going to be anytime soon. Plus, I've done a crap ton of shows anyway. I mean, I got 23 shows under my belt. That's a lot of shows. So yeah, hopefully this live stuff will kind of works out. It I haven't been live in so long. Like the settings have even changed. The options have changed. Hell, I gotta put in there that I'm not a child molester, basically. So it's not made for kids. Gotta put the age and stuff if it's made for 18 years or older. So hey, it's not made for kids. So I guess I'm entitled to say what I want to say on the live without being penalized for it. So don't take my money, YouTube. Anyway, talk too damn much. So I got a 2013 Honda CRV here. I'm pulling this motor out. Well, I already got it in. This is the new motor. So I'm just getting everything, all the cosmetic stuff back in. I got it wasn't bad. I got it out and back in a day. So I'm kind of like 12 hours in it, been taking a break here and there. And so that's what's going on now. So I'm at my final stages of getting this to start up. So that's the goal here with the video. Get the cosmetic stuff back on, not cosmetic, but get all the necessities back on and get it started up. So I'm gonna shut up in like, how long have I been talking for? 2.5 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up and then I'm gonna start working on it. And then we can see if I actually legitimately have a good first startup. Because I fucked up my daughter's engine. It's evidently because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I didn't screw it up intentionally. But I think what happened, based on my luck and how the world set up and the variables of having other people work on stuff for me. Like I had to take the head of machine shop. Maybe it's something they did. I don't know. But I'm going to do a video on that and get that back. But it runs and moves, so I can get it out its own way. So that's what's important right now. So anyway, I'm trying to limit myself to like a couple minutes of talking because I will talk all day. Let me get tearing back into this. I got the next thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start putting all the accessories on the right passenger side. So I got the alternator in there. I just got to put the tensioner and the belt mount. Be done with that side, and I got the driver side stuff. So for the most part, all this in here. I do need to pull the valve cover off, but again, today's objective is just to get it to hit, crank, and see if it works. So that's the biggest thing. All right, I'm shutting up for a little bit. Doesn't look like that. I'm tripping. I'm having a Dutz moment here. The mounts are the same, right? That was there. What am I doing wrong here? That's on the top. Let's go straight through. I don't have the orientation properly of the base. Yeah, okay, there you go. I had to flip the wrong direction. This thing is like literally on its last leg. Jack the base of it. Alternator, tensioner, got what's the tensioner. Then I gotta get that idler at the top. Yeah. Then I get the belt on here. One thing I wound up forgetting was antifreeze, but I could put the old Honda antifreeze back in there, and then I just drain it when I get the new one. And, I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. It's Honda coolant that was in there, so. It's not going to hurt anything just to start it up with it without having antifreeze in it. Short term, that is. So I can get the it's not going to be hard to change the valve cover when I do change it tomorrow. I did that right? Am I missing something? Oh. Shit. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Get the VTEC solenoid installed in the pressure switch. oil pressure sensor base. We gotta get the oil control valve. Now I can get the serpentine belt on, and then I get the mount. I gotta jack it up and get the mount, and I'm done with that side. So we got the ground strap, mount, belt first, mount, ground strap. However, I decide to do it in the order, but I do need to get that belt on first. I have no clue what I pressed. Damn. I pushed the button and it just went away. Oh, okay. All right. Like I said, I ain't familiar with this technology. Look, it's something else. Where's the belt? Threw me for a loop. Oh, I was gonna say, where did that mount come from? I saw a wishbone mount, and I'm like, hold on, I put the one at the bottom in already. There shouldn't be one there, and there's one that go here. Well, messed myself up. See if I can remember how to get this belt on. Can't look up any diagram because I'm on my phone. Around the water, around the crank, over the water pump, and I swear it was over that. And pick that route first. Over. I don't think it didn't go that way because it's got to go around this and over that. Gosh, I can turn the wheel. Maybe know where I put the key at. I gotta figure out where I put the car key. Darn it. I probably left it in there. I don't think I did it right. No, I don't have enough room. It's probably needs to go between. So it's got to go between the. Alternator. So it's got to be this way. Yeah. I got more room this way. So yeah, I knew I was gonna get it wrong the first time. Now I just need a 14 wrench. I thought it would be in reach. Shit. Going the wrong way. Put it over the smooth part. I was trying to do it without putting it over the smooth part, but follow the rule of thumb. It's a little crooked on the water pump, but it'll line up. Let's take. There we go. So we're fine there. Mounts. Make the ground strap. It's gotta go in first. So a 10 and a 17. 10 there. And 17. Jack the engine up. Oh shit. Just had my Duke 17 here. Look at that damn thing. I swear I've put stuff down. I literally forget where I just put it. Oh, it's a 19. Oops. I forget. I think it was a sequence to getting that dog bone in there, and I think hopefully I didn't screw myself. I probably should have put that in first, but I think I can get it in there without having to take this mount out. It's right in front of my face. Please. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Need that 17 again. I didn't cross thread a thing. So that's done. What I should do is put oil in there before I forget. I'm gonna do that right now because I'd rather make a mistake of not having a connector plugged in versus not having any oil. Looks beautiful inside that motor. It's got 97,000 miles in it. On it. 93 or 97. I gotta look at the sheet. If y'all know, I frequently patronize O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Full synthetic 020. 0W20. This in there. So when I got the motor, it had a Honda oil filter on it. So they kept this up pretty well, I'd imagine, because it went to Honda. That's the last place I would expect to screw up an oil change. Although I've had a customer with the Hyundai Kia, they went to Kia and the lube tech screwed up their oil change. So, I mean, people tend to put the dealership on such a pedestal, like they can't do anything wrong. I mean, it's just fine. I got some customers that literally, I'm not gonna say literally anymore, so that was technically my third time saying that word. But they go to the dealership, they get their stuff assessed, and then they like, Brand, the dealership said I need this. All right, whatever. I got some customers like that. I got Section 8 customers. I don't know if y'all, I coined that term, Section 8 customers. I don't know if y'all ever heard of what a Section 8 customer is, but I'm pretty sure you get the idea. The ones that you have to rely on other people to pay for their work. Now, I can only have a handful of those. Nothing against them, but I have everything against them. I put a whole gallon in there. It's like, should be full. It's overfilled, actually. But you know what? It has to circulate, and the oil filter has to eat the oil too, so I'm not worried about it at all. It's just a gallon. It's not gonna hurt anything. I had a car that came in, it was a Toyota, with 2 gallons of oil in there. And they were like, why is it smoking? Well, okay, there's a coil that's missing. I gotta figure out where I put it, because we're almost close to starting it up. Very close. Connected, all the good stuff down there. Oh, it's connected. Oh, I got it. Yeah, here you go. When I originally took the motor apart, I kept the coil with the old valve cover. So I'm not gonna button these down or anything, because again, the valve cover is getting replaced tomorrow. I'm not sure where y'all at, but it's almost 12 o'clock here. So this is part of the PCV system. And then it goes to the throttle body. So I gotta get that in there. Then we can put the battery in, and then we get close to starting this thing up. I'm gonna have to move this over a notch. Just a notch. So this goes to the map sensor. Yeah, we're making good. Making good here. You know, I kind of amaze myself, like, how do you remember to put everything back where it goes? And I guess the answer is I don't know, because I'm not the guy that actually does all the work. Yeah. I hire a stunt double. Huh? He does everything. You know, some of the other shops online got a little shop mascot. I should get an inanimate object that's a mascot too. Maybe like a Cynthia doll or something. No, I'm not gonna have a flippant personality, so I'm not gonna say those type of things. Get in trouble. By the YouTube police. These are some dial pins for the transmission. You know, one thing that'll screw you up, these dial pins here, if you leave these, so the new engine came with 2 of them. The transmission kept the old one. And I've done this a couple times, and I'm not making that mistake anymore. But I'll put the engine and transmission in there with the cherry picker, and it won't line up because I left all the dowel pins in there or just one. So yeah, they're competing for space. It's stupid of me. I've done it on a handful of occasions. I've actually put wrong transmissions in vehicles. So I got a video that I just did, but years ago I put a Toyota that didn't belong in there, but they sent me the wrong one. LKQ sent the wrong transmission. It wasn't my fault. I got literally to the last. I said I won't gonna say literally anymore. I got to the last connector, and it didn't fit, and that's how I discovered the transmission wasn't right. And it's rare to get cars that are interchangeable like that, but this was a Toyota. It's back in the same spot. Voila. And I'm like getting so close. I am like, I can taste starting this thing up. It's gonna be embarrassing if this thing don't work, but then again, they owe me a labor claim if it doesn't work. I got that 1 year warranty. Yeah, so they're gonna pay me if something happens. So the customer gets covered and I get covered. It's not something that you want to do. Who would want to go back over a job for a labor claim? It's not the money if you got business, right? I got the battery on charge. That's charging. I got to put the transmission dipstick back in. Took that out for reasons, because I needed to. I mean, this was a straight through replacement. I'm not. This wasn't hard at all. So, and I did this literally after transferring everything 9 hours. I started on it, got it out in 3.5 hours, left for an hour, 2 hours or whatever, started back messing with it, left for another hour, messed with it. Here we are. Battery tray. I'm going to put it in the right way the first time. It's usually how this is supposed to work. And I think it sits in the angle. Yep, because this is there. Yeah. And I do believe it goes like this. Yep. Okay. So we got our ground with our amp, little meter. I think this should measure battery temp and probably measure amps. I don't know. Battery and the hold downs are next, and then we get the air intake on. Unless I put the air intake on now while I got some space, the battery can be pulled out without having to pull all that crap out. I'm gonna lube those up, because just in case I gotta pull this off here. Dielectric grease, it just makes life a little easier. And then I'm just gonna pop right on in there. Yep, perfect. That made life so much easier. I get a 10mm. The engine's still like jacked up partially. What's happening here? All right, making progress. Oh, 10 millimeter. He's getting close. I'm gonna lube that up too. Just falls right on in. Yep, it does. And it didn't. There we go. Oh. So we got the hose clamps, throttle body, heater hose, this water outlet that's connected to the air box back in. Battery. Battery's fully charged, so been letting it. Oh shit! Been letting the battery. Hold on. Hold on. Oh shit! Oh gosh. What if I put the battery in backwards? I used to work for AAA a long time ago before I got fired. And these batteries, the 51Rs, back then, like well over 10 years ago, these were very expensive. These things, because these used to be like $69 in the store if you go to AutoZone or Advance Auto. We sold them things for $123. No, $117. But either way, they were like very expensive. Wait, wrong way. I got stories. Kind of missed that place, but you know what? Fire for a reason. What tarnation? Yep. I'm about to hit it with an impact. Say something. Oh shit. Totally missed that. Okay, oh, damn it. I ain't say anything, man. It's like, I'm not reading the comment section anymore. You could tell I used to work for AAA, right? I can't even put this on properly. I forgot that. In all fairness, I literally just pulled out a motor and put one back in, so expect something to be forgotten. Don't need it anyway. It's like rate reduction. Is this the right way? I guess because it fits. So we're close. I think it's about time to start up after this. I mean, I could just put the old coolant in there. Again, I can drain it out So I do need to make sure it reach normal operating temperature. So I think I'm gonna do that. All right. Now I'm gonna be honest. I've never got a bad motor from LKQ. This is not the LKQ where you go pull it yourself. This is the place. Oh, did the alarm go off? I got a key in my pocket. No, it's in the ignition switch. I hope I don't lock the door on me. Now, I've never got a bad motor from this place. And again, this is not the place where you go pull it yourself. They deliver to businesses. Oh, that'll do it. This is a very weak gun. Don't get on me too hard. All right, I think it's kind of relaxed, right? All right, there we go. That's a little better. I feel better if this was under it. Let's put some. Oh, mass airflow. I was gonna get a check engine light. I do believe we're good. I left the old plugs in there again. I'm doing the valve cover. Damn, it's been 41 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. I gotta tighten that up. Damn, I didn't know it was that long. I've been putting this motor in here for probably about 30 minutes. But I like my job, so can't complain. So what's left? I think we're good. Like I said, I was going to put coolant in here. I think we're good. All my ground straps are hooked up. Main ground straps for this one was the injector at the injector rail. There wasn't any in the back. I know I don't have these hooked up. There's some. Those go to the valve cover. They get them. I have to pull this stuff off. So I'll get those in tomorrow when I pull the valve cover off. Just gonna make it easy on me. So you have a couple of questions. Yeah, you can ask whatever you want, man. I'll read them. Just gotta give me a second. I like answering questions. They gotta be long and descriptive though. So as long as like car related, you gotta give me a lot of information because cars are not simple. And yeah, I know if you like look through my comment section and then you see that I try to help people, they'll skim the surface of the information they want to give me, and then I'll give like this long page of information, and then I don't hear back from them. So it's like, well, shit, what's the point? I see why a lot of people that are like popular don't really help people on the internet, but I like helping, so I don't mind answering questions. If you help me, I'll help you based off of what I know. But people gotta know stuff too. So anyway, let's do this. We got oil in it, antifreeze. I'm about to top that off right now with the old antifreeze. You know, I had I need to take a line off, a hose off, because of air. I got to get the air out the system. And I need to take, like, this one off. Somewhere I can get to that's easy. So it'll just flow right on through and I don't have any air pockets slowing the flow down. Shit. Let me do this. I need a 90-degree pair of pliers. Needle nose. I ain't got my 90 in my hand. I forgot them right here. So I'm gonna take this line off, just the top hose, And that way, you ain't got to worry about all that gargling and bubbling and stuff when you put antifreeze in these small neck radiators. It'll just flow right on. And it being the highest point, you'll get most of the air pockets out. Where's my funnel? Gotta find my funnel. I just had my funnel. Literally just like I said, I keep saying I'm not gonna say literally, and I say literally. I keep saying literally. Literally. See if this works out. Just goes right on since I got the hose off of it. The only thing I'm looking for is to come out that top hose that I pulled off. That'll be the highest point, and the air will been got out as much as it's gonna get out. Mainly get behind the thermostat. That's the important thing. You can virtually just turn the bottle upside down. It's still going. That worked out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be okay with that a little bit. That's a gallon. Well, that'll be enough to get the heat to work and get the flow. But yeah, that worked perfect. Put the hose back, put the clamp back on, and then we can start this thing up. Dun, dun, dun. I'm nervous, but then again, I'm not, because the responsibility of this thing not working don't really fall too much on me, because I get paid to pull it out. But I did quote the customer time-wise 2 weeks, and I literally got this done in 1 day. So I like to over-project and under-deliver. That's kind of what I do. So we ain't got to worry about discussing the time frame. When you gonna have my car done? Hey, I'm gonna get it done, and I'm gonna check my work, and I'm gonna put 100 miles on it, and then check my work again, because I never have engine jobs come back. I never do, because of me driving 50 to 100 miles. They get checked, they're on the money, they pass inspection, assuming that it doesn't have any pre-existing problems, it's gone. So I think we're good. Let's start up, see what happens. Prime fuel system. I'm nervous. This is normal. It's totally normal. Like I said, it's totally normal. So it's been sitting for God knows how long. The fuel got to prime. The compression got to build. if it goes through a crank cam relearn that I probably have to perform, is all that's got to get learned. So this is not the crank cam relearn procedure, but it has to acknowledge the new engine in there, not to intimidate you, but it that's why the crank cam relearn worked for the old engine. It still worked for this one. It's just small variances. The accommodations were made for the old engine. So part of that, part due to it sitting, and yeah. So here we are. It runs great. Oil's getting thrown around. Doesn't have blow by or smoke coming out the crankcase, so that's a good sign. So what caused the original engine to fail? So the original motor, I did a YouTube short on it, but what happened, this had an oil consumption problem. Let me tell you, hold on. Hold on right there. Hold on. I gotta look at some data stuff. This is like the boring part. Ugh, shanks. So we're gonna sit here. I have something pre-existing. So what happened to the original motor? The original engine had an oil consumption problem, as a lot of these new vehicles do. This has 177,763 miles. That's what the old engine had on it. So it ate a lot of oil. She was proactive with keeping the oil in the vehicle, but unfortunately, she didn't have oil in it this go round. And what happened? She go to start it up, it jumps timing, and that was it. So once it jumps timing, it's just not going to work. And it bent valves in her engine. It jumped like a couple teeth, and it destroyed the motor. So, and plus it wouldn't have been worth rebuilding the engine or anything, because it would have just had the oil consumption problem anyway. Well, doing the valves, sorry, it would have been worth doing the valves, because it would have had the oil consumption problem. You know, that, like my daughter's car, like that's why I put new piston rings and honed out the engine. It kind of runs a little rough. It's not horrible rough, but it's just probably because of the motor mounts and stuff. Yeah, it's got a couple things this engine needs to do. Let me cut the heat on. Make sure AC kicked on. Make sure the heat is on. It circulates. So once the heat start working, I know the coolant's moving around. So yeah, it just ate oil, and it ate so much oil that it 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 ate so much oil that it couldn't pressurize the timing chain tensioner, cause a lot of slack, and then it jumped. So not only, so I don't think it was pretty much that, but what happened, the rail at the top, and I'll show you, the rail at the top of the timing chain had broke, and there was no plastic there. So you got excessive chain slap, worn guides due to frequently running low on oil, and yeah. Uh, so the chain guides worn out. The Because of the low oil, the rail broke, the plastic broke, and then the low oil with the excessive slack because it couldn't build and tighten up like it's supposed to, and all that contributed to that timing chain jumping. So yeah, the engine's running good now. Can you contribute to the Section 8 fund? Um, I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't. I'm not a callous individual, but I have enough Section 8 clients to where, I don't care. Like I probably got like a handful of them. They're like, hey, Brad, I need to make payments. And I mean literally like 3 or 4 women that'll do that. Like I can promise you that I can already hear the bullshit when customers call, whether or not they got money or have interest or not. And I'm not saying I'm like the customer whisperer or anything, but just like women knowing how us men are just trying to screw and trying to fuck, I mean, it's the same thing. Like, okay, yeah, this customer is not enthusiastic about being a customer, and I just want to fix stuff. I just want to, but at the same time, I need to be compensated for my time. Again, I have those few that I'm like, all right, they're they're not going to pay for a diagnostic, but you can kind of get them on the other end, if that make any sense. But you can explain to them depending on the situation. You know what I'm saying? I would like to send money. I'm not a. No, not you. But I'm just saying, like in general. I didn't know if you want to send money to go towards the Section 8 customers. Is what I'm saying. That's what I thought you meant. Second question: do you have a PayPal account that? Oh, sorry, I misunderstood you. That the Section 8 people can contribute to. Section 8 people don't. Section 8 people don't. That's the thing. I misunderstood your question. Sorry about that. But Section 8 people don't contribute anything. They're more leeches than anything. They don't. They don't. They take. And man, I got stories, man. Like people, like I help a lot of people, and I don't talk about it. But there are people, man, that I've like I've saw that okay, maybe they don't have much, but I'll help them out, and they fucked me over. I literally just sued somebody like 3 weeks ago. I sued a girl. I tried them. That's the second person I've ever sued in my life, and because they they'll do you wrong, man. Not even just them, like even family, they'll do you wrong. So they owe me money too. So it's just like I expected. Like I have low expectations for some people. So like I think I understand your question properly. But those Section 8 people, they don't care. Where am I going? I'm going to the engine. I need to see if there's any codes in here. Go to PGM. So I'm pretty much just need to see if there's any codes that manifested. And I expect to see startup misfires or something like that. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm looking for. My temperature is in the middle right now. And I do need it to run a little hot, no codes present, which is great. Let's look up and see if there's any misfire data. I'm do a crank cam relearn on this. Let's just see if there's misfires are typically way at the bottom. Watch out overlook it. Yeah, I totally overlooked it. Let me just type it in misfire. I'll try to look through the camera and type so I wouldn't. Oh gosh. Okay. Seriously, man. It's like there's a delay looking through the camera and doing this. What the hell? Is that? No apps. How did it literally kick me out the whole thing? Oh my gosh. Alright, let me see if I can. I gotta look around the camera. So these were just generate during startup. I mean, everything's fine, but you saw it. It wasn't starting up immediately, and it was counting those misfires. So let me see if I can get this heat to work. Just to prove that, I think the evap temp sensor should be available in the engine data. The evap temp sensor pretty much is in the HVAC system, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and that'll let you know that the heat. No, that's the evap purge valve. Sometimes you can go on the HVAC, depending on how influential it is. Well, gosh, I'm just like pressing stuff. I'm gonna stop looking through this camera. Just gonna look around it. Let's see. Just out of curiosity, I'm just gonna poke around. I know the tire pressure light's on. It's probably just need air pressure. If I recall, some of these Hondas don't have tire pressure sensors, and they utilize the wheel speed to determine the amount of air pressure. So if the speed has a variance, then it's going to signal that there's low tire pressure, but you're not going to know the specific tire, if I recall properly. Let's go to where the AC is going to be. Let's see. I had a text message come in. Felt a little blip. What is it doing? It's going to be in the body control module. HVAC, the air conditioning should be in there. I don't even know if this car has a evap temp sensor. Where am I at? I'm just so focused on the text message that just came in. Where's the air conditioner? I'm like literally overlooking stuff. I swear Honda has a climate control unit. One push acoustic. And it was supposed to be in the body control module. I guess not. I guess it don't. So the heat's not coming on though. It should ramp up. Let's see what my engine tip is. I only put a gallon of antifreeze in it, so it's probably not going to flow that well. Temperature, engine coolant temp right here is 181. It's probably going to need to get up to about 200 degrees before it really doing anything, but it's staying consistent, so the thermostat must be open. It's a 180 degree thermostat. Yeah, I'm just waiting. Come on. Yeah, it's gonna have to get up to 200. Because once that heat start working, I'm like, yep, we're good to go. It's still smoking from the exhaust manifold. I ain't don't have that much oil on my hands. And you know, one thing I did not even do was look up under the car, make sure there wasn't any leaks. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I had to go look, GW. I had to go right back to the question. I was like, did I answer this question right? But I got the went off on a tangent and start thinking about like Section 8 folks, man. Like, cause I'm gonna be honest, man, them cuss, they perturb me because of how they do things. But I mean, if you want to send like money, I mean, you're more than welcome to send it like on I think there's like a donate thing but YouTube take like a percentage of it. I mean, people when they I guess when people send it, they send it through like some sort of super chat or something. Not the chat here, but there's some other thing where people can send money. It's somewhere on there. I don't I think there's like a dollar sign symbol under in my videos or probably on my page, but yeah, I don't even like when people send it. If I look at the pay that I get, it adds it, but then they definitely take like 30%. Oh, so we're at 200. The heat's coming in. Wait, is it? I probably need to top the cooling off. I'm gonna let it get a little hot. So I gotta tell you about what I gotta tell y'all. Like I don't know if the guy that worked at the parts store is probably watching this right now, but when I tell you the dumbest shit a person has ever said, I'm gonna roll this window up. The dumbest shit a person has ever said today or like in a while has happened today. I went to O'Reilly's and a customer came in. The guy was like, "Man, I'm glad I came to O'Reilly's, man. This place, man, because AutoZone, they don't." I'm paraphrasing, forgive me, but he said, "I'm glad I came into O'Reilly's, man, because AutoZone employees don't know shit, man. They don't even know nothing. They gonna sit there and tell me that I can't I can't put JB Weld on my brake line. Like it holds 1,000 psi. It's gonna hold it. I fixed my water heater." I got quiet because I'm like, man, that's the dumbest shit. And you can't tell people that don't understand anything that, bro, that's not gonna work. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard somebody say, man. Dude literally thought that you can put JB Weld on a brake line and said it would hold 1,000 psi. Yeah. I just gotta be honest. Like that's not that we can't do that. It's like even like with the flow of pressure dynamics, like you can't put except for welding. But yeah, yeah. Gosh, I got quiet for a while, man. I got quiet. I just. Mm. Yeah, she's getting a little warm up here. Yeah, but the heat's still not coming on. It's no big deal, man. I do believe I can get this heat to come on if I get this thing up to about 230. That's the most I'm gonna let this car get up to. The thermostat should open up on its own. And again, like I said, I only put, yeah, I'm gonna let it sit up there. Whew. But yeah, but I tell you what, I think I'm done, man. Like I'm about over this. I got what I need to get done. So I'm just gonna let it sit now, let the thermostat, let the fluid move, let the heat saturate the thermostat, and it will open. And I'll just screw around with it tomorrow. It's still smoking. Why is it still smoking out this engine? Let's see if I screwed something up. Oh gosh. Like hard. I find it hard to believe that it was that much oil sitting up there. valve cover shot or something. Oh. Well, she dry down below, kind of like my ex-wife. I think we're the top hoses. Yeah, both of the hoses are hot, so they're equally the same temperature, which is a good sign that it's moving. Some YouTubers have a thank you area where you can click. I don't see that on your channel. YouTube takes about a third, but if you had a PayPal, all that money would go to you, the minimal fee. No, yeah. Here's the, I like, okay, I appreciate when people send me stuff, but it's not like, my whole intention when I got on YouTube wasn't for the money per se. Because what happens is, just to be honest, you get a lot of people who have, I'm not saying it's not you, okay? Just don't, don't take a lot of things what I say wrong, but a lot of stuff that what you said just pretty much made me think about, other things. So, but what happened when people, man, when they send you money, a lot of people have a propensity to like buy you. So I'm not saying that you're gonna do it. I'm not gonna say it anymore, but that's one thing, I'm not like, I don't mind being compensated if people need help. I really don't mind it. Somebody need like, hey, Brad, I got this going on my car. I will give them as much information as I can provide, man. And if they want to send something, I'm fine with it. YouTube pays me pretty well, so it's not. I do great when I do work. I got a great base of clients, and I just, I don't know, man. Call me crazy. I mean, money don't make me happy. It's like, I wish, I would love to have a bunch of it, but the only thing I'm gonna do is buy like hookers and crack or something. Not literally, but you know what I mean. I just, you know, I appreciate. I mean, it's cool, man. I appreciate it, but I would, take that money and just like definitely, I don't know, give it to a parts store worker. I think they would probably appreciate that. Because I'm like, honestly, if you gave me money, I would probably just buy the parts store food with it. That's literally what I do. Like I said, I don't like talk about a lot about the charitable things that I do because I'm not a pretentious person. I just am like, oh, I did this. That's annoying. Like I said, I got stories, man. Like I said, homegirl that I helped with the money and she screwed me over and I sued her. Oh yeah. Technically I'm like a lawyer because I'm 100% with my lawsuits. Like I'm like very helpful, but when they screw me over, I'm like, hey man, we gotta go to court, and it's fun going to court. I don't know if you ever sued somebody, but I really recommend everyone to sue somebody. I mean, I really recommend it. You get the whole music, dum 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 dum. You get all that, and then you get to prove your case. It's not like what you see on TV. I'm gonna be honest. When you sue somebody, it's not like you going in there and you got a bunch of people just sitting there watching and the crowd is like in awe and all. It's not like that. It's you and another party and a district attorney, like some sort of magistrate or whatever. But and you just prove your stuff. It's more, you don't even have to sue anybody for money. You can sue somebody for principle. It's just mediation. Suing is not like, it's not what people think it is. It's not like you going to jail. Here in North Carolina, there's no debtor's prison or anything. But yeah, I really recommend if you get a chance, sue somebody, sue them, get their information, all their paperwork, and prove your case. Where am I going with this? But yeah, I would. I'll look, and I swear there's a thing on there on my channel. I'll look, and I'll probably add it because it was yeah, I'll find it. But YouTube's been changing so much stuff, like when it comes to just sending money and how a lot of this stuff works on my end. So when you get monetized, it's a lot of like rules and crap. Again, like when I was joking around when I got on saying that I got to make sure I got to let them know that I'm no like child molester or pedophile or something before I start like uploading the video. Like literally, you have to say, "Hey, this is not for kids." Is what I'm saying. You got to make sure it's not for kids. You got to say it's for 18 above, which I'd imagine if it's not for kids, it's for adults. You know, so YouTube is actually very, very politically correct. I don't even know. I might get in trouble just from saying the p word. Like if I do, since I said pedophile, if I get like the yellow thing for monetization, then I'm definitely gonna say something like, yeah, this is wild. But I think it's the people who become outraged and then they'll flag stuff and whatever. But I don't know. But that's another reason why I'm just like not a big fan of like the internet, the money thing, because uh, people are weird, man. People people weird me out. No, I didn't put it back. Yeah. Okay, I gotta ask, man. Like GW, I don't know if you write still in the comment section, but oh wait, I didn't see these things in here. Sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't see. You're providing a service. I'm not a mechanic, nor do I plan on repairing my car if I want to pay. Or I expect $1 million bill. If I see money, it would be. No, I understand. I understand. Everyone I sued, even everyone I sued, even Boston City Hall, who to claim to unsuable. Oh shit! You know, they say you can't fight City Hall. Was that what was? Is that for a reason? Because qualified immunity. That's kind of like what that reminds me of. I gotta ask, man. Did you watch the debate? So did you watch? If you watched the debate, man, what did you think? Because I think everybody knows my political affiliation, and I think that's probably why I don't have like a million subs because I'm a Trump supporter. That's probably why. But I mean, what happened? Oh shit! Somebody left. I said Trump supporter, and somebody left. But like, what happened, man? You gotta. Did you watch it? If you did, I watched the debate. I think you're. Yeah, I am. I'm a Trump supporter. Yeah, I am. I am. It is. It's not. So let me tell you this. Like when I went. So man, because I got liberal customers, man, and me and them guys, like we can sit there and talk. Like I talk a lot, but my liberal customers, Democratic customers, I like talking to them. I just don't like talking to the really passionate ones because they just you. So one of the other guys I talked to, he's younger, he's liberal, but he's passionate, but a subtle passionate. Like you can talk to him, discuss things, get his perspective, but I can typically sense that a lot of stuff is emotionally based, which is understandable. But I think a lot of stuff that is emotionally driven is a selfish way of looking at things versus a more global way. And don't get me wrong, I think it can be skewed to make things seem for the best interest of the people. But with the caveat to that is without the infringement of choice. So that's the biggest thing. So me and the other guy, we will sit there and chat, man. What was it? I had two of they were black, but the other guy was white. I have a couple of white Democrat customers. So like I said, we will sit there and talk for two fucking. One day, it was a couple days ago. Two Democratic customers came by because I had to look at the car and work on the car. My day was 4 hours worth of talking, just 4 hours of talking. So, and you can see the common theme. You can really see the common theme with it. But okay, so let me go back. The thing was before the debate, I went into it with an open mind, saying, "Look," because I know Donald Trump tend to not answer questions and prevaricate also. So it's just if a person can at least like you have a question here, okay, like just get in the range of answering the question. Look at it like a target. You shoot a target, You got the 10 range in the center, and then the 9, and the 8, 7, 6, 5. At least get right there at it. Why can't, politicians answer questions in more of like a yes, no format, then substantiate, and then go off on other things? Remember when they asked Kamala, are we better off now than we were 4 years ago? You see what happened. What did she say? Well, when I was a young girl, like that ain't have nothing to do with it. Yes, no, or indifferent. So and then move on. But that was one of those things I was referring to. Like so a lot of what the politicians do, which I don't like, is that they'll give you a word salad, they'll filibuster, and it's up to the constituency to determine if its validity. So if it has substance to it. And that's the thing I don't like. Because I'm be honest, if you don't meet the criteria, don't get butt hurt. But a majority of Americans aren't that bright. A lot of us aren't that bright. So, but that's what they're pandering to. So don't get me wrong. Both sides have their thing. I'm more libertarian than anything. I just tend to favor, if I had to vote for somebody, because nobody's going to vote libertarian, and even then, libertarians is just so. It's like I think. I've met the man. He's all lies. I met him once in person. But then when I met him, let me read it again. I've met the man. He's all lies. Okay. I met him once in person. Okay. I can't even read. I've met him once personally, but then Honolulu. Yeah, Honolulu love and Val. But when I met him when I was in real estate development, not Section 8. You're Section 8. And he wanted to attach his name to my project. He was a more. So, okay. All right. All right. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but just going off of what you were saying. You had the choice to make the decision to either do business with the person or not. I mean, the guy I've had a customer here who he's black. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of us black folk, we got our ways. But this particular black guy was a businessman. If you meet business people who are proficient, how do you agree with his lies? So how do I agree with his lies? All right, let me I'll answer that one. Oh shit. Because the comment keeps fading. So your first thing you said, I mean, you met him and he wanted to attach his name to your project. I get it, but we do have the freedom of choice to make decision if we want to do business with the person or not. I mean, he can be full of shit, but that's what you gotta. I think we need to understand that that's how people garner leverage amongst other people. We're going to appeal to certain aspects that's going to make us a likable individual. Okay, and I'm not saying I never met the guy. I can't dislike somebody that I never met in person. Like you can love them or like them at a distance. Perfect example, bosses. I remember when I worked security years and years ago when I was 18, Mr. Bobbitt, he was like 1,000 years old then, but the guy's probably like dead now. But everybody, because we worked for an apartment complex, was an armed security company. And when we would go to meet him, he was just direct. He had a stern face and he was old, white, and direct. I'm like, I don't know why I just never. People like, man, I don't like, man, Mr. Bob the asshole. But I'm like, the guy really wasn't an asshole. He was just stern. I worked security at another place. One of my first jobs. There was a 3 F's chief always said, friendly, fair, but firm. You got people who have more. If you break people up into characteristics, they're going to have a surplus in other aspects than others, and that's what I'm looking at. So I can't say I don't want to be buddies with Trump and go golfing with him because he's probably a dick. I don't want to hang with them. But at the same time, from the options that are given, just like a hypothetical, if we're given a hypothetical, we have to work and operate in the confinements of what we're given. That's all I'm saying. I don't have to like the guy. I don't even like. I just need someone who's going to provide direction. And I guess that's what we have to look more towards. Who can provide more direction? Again, I ain't got to play golf with the guy. I ain't got to lay down with the guy. I ain't got to sit there and be on the phone with the guy or negotiate business one on one. It's more of a global thing from the economy aspect. Like it's more what's going to help us in our pockets because that's all we want. It's what goes in our pockets. So I say it to say, not to go too far off, um, the disabled are better off dead. You, hold on, let me answer your other one too. But I got because I don't want to go too far off. I think I answered the first one. How do you agree with his lies? Now I don't know what's lies or not. Now I think the last response kind of encapsulates how I feel about the guy. I don't know what's the truth or lie, but at the same time, I think a lot of stuff is contextual. And let me give you an example. How some of the conversations I have with some of the Democrats were, especially like one of the girls at the park store, the black girl. Um, you know, we she was people love to bring up January 6th. I got it. But we have to understand this we if we had to look at the transcript of what this person said, word for word, peaceful and patriotic. You know, a lot of the news media blocked that out. She said, I'm not Brad. I'm not gonna believe he said anything about peaceful and patriotic. He didn't say that. I said, yes, he did. I said, let me show you. He didn't say that. Okay. I found the video. I showed her. You know, the new thing now is everybody claiming everything's AI. Okay. All right. But that's what one of the other guys said. But all four of the people's me talking to four other Democrats. So anyway, I showed her the one when he said, go down to City Hall or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Peaceful and patriotic. He said that. And I said, he said, I don't care. Okay. I'm going to be honest. That's how a conversation is with a lot of black people. They're one-sided. This is it. This is how it is. I don't care. It's confirmation bias. You know, and I'm just to be fair, if in the context of what we were talking about, because she gave me a grocery list of things, and I guess I got it, but it's just like one thing at a time. And a lot of things we don't do is look in the context of what the person said. If we take the transcript and look at it black and white, it's not bad, you know. So I don't like I'll listen to him, but I don't just like anybody. I don't. Yes, he's the president. But my local government's going to have more an effect on me and how I live and operate than he would. So that's what I need to be worried about. Mr. Cooper, Rory Cooper here. Not Trump. But again, it's still, I have to put them in the same bubble. I met when we had the, I'm going to give you the side thing here, then I'll look at the other questions. So I met some of the people, Carls, I work on, the politicians too. And I mean, again, I got a from fucking prostitutes to like CEOs of companies, entrepreneurs, very successful people. I got a spectrum of people from broom pushers to, I mean, managers of McDonald's, whatever you want. I got them all. But I mean, I like to talk to everyone. But I mean, and I've got some that have political positions, lawyers. Oh man, yeah. But the thing is, I'm sorry, I read the other question. I apologize. I literally lost my train of thought once I read your other comment. So, no, I got a spectrum of clients, man, and you know, there's a difference between certain age groups and education levels. Is you definitely get some clear and concise responses and understanding based on demographic and, you know, other areas too. So how do you agree with this? I think I answered that. Trump said the disabled better off dead. Yeah, so I think that's more of a context thing, the whole, and I understand, but I think so that's what I was getting at. So I think a lot of times what we need to do is get out of what we classify ourselves to be. Let me give an example. This is a word that we shouldn't use, the word nigga. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't care who says that word. And the thing is, I think a lot of us, let's take Donald Trump, for example, since we're talking about him. People should be happy to see transparency. If somebody sees something, why would we feel better about it being a lie being nurtured than somebody just not displaying signs of who they really are? So that's why I think a lot of us need to be more appreciative when we see things that are blatantly displayed. Blatantly meaning within reason being displayed. So why would you want a KKK member in plain clothes when they can just wear the outfit? Okay, let me just put it, we all been in relationships. Why can't we just have a woman tell us she has intentions of cheating versus hiding the fact that she's cheating? You see what I'm saying? So I think that's one of our biggest problems when it comes to proficiency, a social proficiency. When we interact with one another, we shouldn't have to put on a facade for other people to have to weed through to preserve that outlook that we're willing to provide them. We should be able to ask the appropriate questions that'll get us further with understanding and knowing that person. And I think a lot of us don't take the time out to be social enough to achieve this, But why do you think a lot of times when we have conversation with people, some of the generic things we ask, oh, how old are you? Well, where did you go to school? Where did you grow up? What's your profession? What's your job? Because we try to use those as determiners of character. I mean, I don't know how reliable they are, but just because a woman's a prostitute don't mean that that's for her profession, don't mean that she's going to live up to the expectations of a prostitute. Don't get me wrong, more than likely she will, but I think we need to provide the opportunity for that individual to prove themselves out. That's all I'm saying. So I think I say it to say, if we knowingly know we don't meet the criteria, we should not take offense to it. That's all I'm saying. So I get that we're part of. Let me give you an example. I'm black, as you can see. You see that? So I know I look a little white. I'm sorry. But look, honestly, the statistics, we're 13% and make up majority of the crime. I'm not gonna be like, you can't say that thing. That's racist. I'm not that guy that's gonna sit there and rob somebody. I can't get mad. I can't. And that's one of the things I was thinking about earlier. A lot of us black folk take the bait. And I'm talking about black because I'm black, but you get the principle of what I'm talking about is a lot of what we do, since it's ostracized or hidden or stigmatized, we can't bring up. And when we can't bring it up, or if it's hidden, it makes it difficult to distinguish, and it leads up to individual interpretation, which will create dogma mentality. So I think it just makes more sense for things to be a little bit more transparent and a lot more reasonable debate to happen without the direct infringement. Let me see here. I'm very worried. Trump put down McCain because he was captured and didn't respect him as a war veteran. But I never, sir. But lost some friends. And you know what? When it comes to war, I'm kind of a hippie. So I'm gonna be honest. Peace and love. So I mean, but as far as the McCain thing, I heard a little bit about it, but I'm not too terribly familiar about it. But I mean, the semantics of this person's character, I think that a lot of stuff that we bring up is semantics of the person's character. But I'm looking for direction. Again, if we're trying to lay out the framework for a collaborative proficiency and productivity for everyone in the economy, well, what's the best thing? That's what I'm looking for. So again, and it's without the infringement. I don't want to make you do something against your will. I don't want it, but and that's another thing. Perfect example. So I'm glad you brought it. I mean, if you can't, hold on, hold on. Yeah, GW, you can't get you if you was in the service, you fought for freedoms. You fought for us to be able to have the right to choose and to be ourselves in the freedom of speech. How does that work? Now, I'm just honestly, I mean, I've been answering your question, but just answer this. How does that work if you fought for freedom that now you're against someone's ability to have the freedom to choose and make choices? They should be able to say what they want to say, right? I mean, I'm not looking at status here because I don't hold everyone. I can't get mad at a person who has a position. Oh, you say you did not serve. I thought you said you did. Hold on, did I read that right? Mm, probably read that wrong. I apologize about that. But I mean, even then, I mean, I think the same rules still apply. I mean, how are you for freedom of speech? I mean, I gotta allow the person to be able to say what he want to say. And again, I mean, I don't want a wolf in sheep's clothing. Let me go back here, Trump down. Oh yeah, you did say I never served. That was my fault. Mm. I'm against the norm when people ask what you do. What do you mean? I'm against the norm when people ask what you do, or where did you go to school? The N word is acceptable said by you, and you are blackish. Yeah, I'm kind of black. But I mean, if let me be honest, like we say it in music. Why would I get mad when somebody else say it and it's in music? I just I get it. I think it's just to prioritize. We need to prioritize our frustration, you know, and because life is already hard enough as it is. I mean, I can't. Correct me if I'm wrong. If it's in music, I want you to buy my music. Why would I get mad if you say something that's in my music? That's like people getting mad for reading Hitler books in a way. It's in there. I think one of my customers said something about him quoting Hitler or something at one point, or that Trump idolized Hitler in certain aspects. I think that's what happened. I think she brought it up. I had to explain to her like, well, I mean, I can understand. I mean, I admire certain. Let me see. That is a typical question that strangers ask one another. I went to Notre Dame, so I'm probably answering that. No, college isn't necessary. No, you're right. College is definitely not a determiner of intellect or intelligence. It's just the determiner of remembering, reciting information, or cheating. So, yeah, no, I don't blame you. No, yeah, college says nothing about a person. So you gotta let me know, like, cheating. Yeah, cheating. You gotta let me know. Remember, if you watch the debate, what did Kamala do that was so impressive? And if anything, she was even further away from answering the question. Donald Trump he had to defend himself. She got the first go. I can understand him defending himself in any claims that she made, but she did not answer any questions. I remember the whole better 4 years than when we are now. I mean, yeah. I mean, just things like that. But let me put it this way: I don't like her, but if Kamala Harris came and knocked on my door at 2 o'clock in the morning, okay, I'm just saying whatever happens in the room stays in the room. So that's all I gotta say. So I just can't do her. So Kamala provided what she planned. The dude Donald Trump just what? Yeah, but what though? You remember but that's the thing. So the big thing is a lot. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, this is just my observation, but when I talk to a lot of Democrats, a lot of them wanted money, and I hate to say it, but I get money is hard to come by when a lot of us don't. Kamala, right? Kamala gonna be. Look, I'm gonna be. I like older women. I will. I look. I will set a standard with her. Okay. I'm just saying. I will set my. I will. I will make a name for myself. I sure would. But a lot of the Democrats that I spoke with, man, they didn't mind. They like being compensated, and just like the girl that I was talking to at the park store, she has a small business, but she didn't understand the tax incentive that she was like, she's gonna help with taxes and small business. Yeah, you got to spend $30,000. You got to spend all that money to be able to get tax credit. I mean, she don't have 30,000 because she's a small business. And a lot of that, a lot of them want money, and that's I explained to her with the inflation. So things can't be better off, because I know where this is going when I bring up the whole COVID thing. I know where it's going, but after things can't make her a name for her. Yeah, you can still laugh about that. I'm gonna laugh all the way to the bedroom. Well, she ain't like, I just like that skin tone. Okay, my child mom is got, she had the light skin thing going on, and I had a thing for lighter, like that caramel colored complexion. My gosh. Now don't get me wrong, I've seen some beautiful black women, some beautiful ones, but that's my range right there. I gotta, man, I'm a stickler. So anyway, but yeah. Like I said, I don't hate her. This might come off misogynistic, because I am kind of like that. So I don't need no one present. So, but my point is, I'm okay, and I still think she is. She's a hot piece of woman. How did you? I gotta ask. Like, I don't know what like, is being gay, like desiring another man, the same as like, how can I say this? If the way you desire a man, the conviction of desiring another man, like, does it feels instinctively right? Is that what that feels like? Like making I don't know, what can I say? Does it feel just as natural as going to a place you frequently frequent? Is that what it feels like? Because I don't. I mean, like, just me desiring a woman you've known since you was in nursery school. Interesting. I have a lot of questions there, but yeah, is that so? Does your decision, since we're talking about political affiliation, does that have anything to do with why you prefer the Democratic side more so than the Republican side? My family doesn't accept me. Well, I wouldn't. I would disown you too. I was like, I said, you a what? You no, but no, that's So what's crazy about growing up is I guess it depends on the philosophical outlook. You kind of came here alone, you're gonna die alone, kind of thing. So that what other people think shouldn't have any sort of influence. Did you care the fact that they cared to not want you anymore? Is that what happened? Like, does it affect you that they don't want or disown you and don't want you? You still ain't. I like John McCain. I can't remember McCain. Man, I got so much on my plate right now. I can't remember every last one. I just gotta remember the main ones, the main characters right now. Oh, my light about to die. I want my family to. Why would I? Well, why would you? I don't know. You have to tell me why would you. But I mean, it depends. Like I met both people. I like that. Yeah, I got met both people on the other opposing end of the spectrum, where you got people who are totally content with being alone in life because they're self sustaining and self sufficient, versus the ones who are needing of a support system in a way. I mean, I get it, but that's why I'm asking. So I mean, I don't know. Um, I, and again, it really depends on the philosophical outlook on life. And like I said, I have a came here alone, die alone kind of thing anyway. So that's what I say. Help me like understand. Oh, so they're very religious. Are you religious? So they saying you're making a sinful choice. So you did. I guess you grew up in the church then. Is that correct? Yes, but not like them. Yeah. So, but you still gotta understand, like that. Look, man, this is a different time. They, if because you said you're older than me, right? Because I'm 38. So I'd imagine it's the further you go back. God doesn't make mistakes. See, so yeah, I got it. But so I'm a straight up atheist. So I don't like when people say like I don't I don't have a side. So it's not like oh I don't. It's more of a biological sense of deference. I mean, I'm here. I know I shouldn't push you down because it hurt. You know, that's kind of like that's how I operate. I'm not going to sit there and do you wrong because of reasons. I don't because man, yeah, me and what was a guy named Murphy or something. We met up and I would have like the religious talk like 7 years ago. We just that because that was the thing, and we would just sit there and talk for like hours about it. We met up one time and sat there and talked for hours, and from there on, there were other religious, I'm gonna say prospects. I mean, they've, whew, I've had seances performed on me. I've had prayer circles. They were like, "You're gonna see Jesus tonight." I'm like, all right, that's fine, and I'm still waiting to see him. So yeah, I mean, we grew up in the church too, but I was on the usher board and all that fancy stuff. But it doesn't. It's just the business, man. Once I saw what it was for, mm-mm. I remember my dad. I remember because I was all into God and stuff when I was young. I said, "Dad," because my uncle and my family like, "Your dad don't believe in God." And I asked my dad one day. I said, "Dad, why you don't believe in God?" He said, "What? You gonna die and sit on a cloud?" And I was like young, a little boy in the car, and that shit just never left. But it was food for thought. So yeah, I mean, it it was a manifestation of just thought provoking criticism. Like I just challenge the ideology, and it just doesn't prove itself to be of value. But I understand why people have it. I like Bill Nye quote. I said Bill Nye, Bill Maher quote. Religion suspends critical thinking, and it just comes off that way. If they say we have to be like a child of God. So what's the point of possessing you know cancer's my can yeah you told hold on 1 second. Like what's the point of possessing the free will of thinking, or like how do we even evolve as a person if we have to put our reliance upon somebody else? And then it becomes a lot of people aren't on the same accord. I wish if all the religious people were all on the same accord, because everybody told me, I've heard some out like some crazy stories, like seeing a figure with his head off, and that's why I started believing in God. I've heard my brother's teeth fell out and he put them in his mouth, but who did that? So that's God. The crazy thing is, I'm gonna say this now before I read the other thing. I've never heard, and in majority of time, people have to be emotionally vulnerable before they reach a state to where they submit themselves to God. That's the biggest problem I have. You never seen an atheist or somebody who totally rejected the God ideology win the lottery and be like, there is God. No, we have to emotionally be vulnerable to where we just like, you know what? We're convinced into submission because we're at a low state of mind. That's the biggest thing I have a problem. My cancer story, and there are people that come into my life. I can't say half of my chance. Let me see what the other part of it. Uh-oh. If you were diagnosed with terminal cancer tomorrow, how would you proceed with that? There's got, you know, but that's a two-way street. We're 100% of the time we're gonna die, and again, it's a philosophy that I have. Like, am I so like the people that I talked to that were believing in karma? They were like, oh well, you've done something wrong, karma's gonna get you. Well, what's the extreme case of karma? Was death. Okay, I mean, literally, that's literally going to happen 100% of the time with all of us. And unfortunately, a lot of us have premature deaths. I hate for it to be like that, but what do we do about it? I can't sit there and say, "Oh, well, I lived." My grandma literally just lived to be. She just passed away not too long ago, 95 years old. She just died like a couple weeks ago. And she was heavily in church, but she suffered. And I'm not using it as to belittle your situation, not by any means. But all I'm saying is that what I'm saying is the fact that we life sucks, man. It's like I don't. It's horrible. It's gruesome. It's nothing easy about existing. It's not going to be flowers and roses, and that's why. So that's why I'm. You're so funny and predictable. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But I mean, it's. Hmm. So that's why I say, like, we should be worried about a lot more other things that will benefit society versus just the semantics of it. Hell, even like if you want to talk about the whole COVID thing, I think we should, if death was the motive, we should have shut down the economy because of cancer, not COVID. That's if people want to spend more money, we need to spend more money in that because more people pass away a year from it. Like that, like the government stuff doesn't make any sense about like a lot of stuff that we do since we're talking about politics and stuff. Let me see here. How you saying unpredictable? You're so funny and predictable. Okay, what I'm gonna do next then? Oof. Wouldn't you want to go to heads on and treat? What do you mean? To go heads? Yeah, like over. Maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 I mean, yeah. Like yeah. I'm gonna be more like Trump stuff. So it's not him, but it's still more that side of things. Again, the common thing that a lot of the Republicans and stuff are going to have is the infringement, the choice. We don't want to make you do anything you don't want to do. I mean, to start with, okay. I meant to start with treatment, even if you were diagnosed with something. I don't know how I go about it, man. I don't because I'm I can't empathize the outlook on life that I would have if I was potentially going to leave this place. You know, um, mm, it's I've it's a I've had a I've had a lot of customers pass away on me, and I've had some text me for they actually committed suicide and stuff. Uh, and you know, no, it's not. It's not an easy question, and because how does it, if I think then that's why I say the only way we can like start off with the discussion is to understand like the individual's outlook. I mean, and that's why um that's why I say if let go back from a while ago. If a lot of us was more social, a lot of us was more aware and understanding, we could get further in life with one another. And it wouldn't, so many things wouldn't be so stigmatized where we would have to walk on eggshells when we talk to one another. You know, so that's I feel like I'm going kind of going everywhere because talk about a lot of stuff. But no, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know beyond my situation. I'm a hospice volunteer where I'm usually holding their hand. Yeah, yeah, like, so let me ask you, if you was a hospice volunteer, I guess, does that help you when it comes to accepting what your everyone's potential fate's going to be? Is that why you do that, or because I mean it's yeah, yeah, kind of just thinking about even with my grandma's situation, her just being in hospice, it gives me purpose. Oh, okay, okay. What else have you learned from that though? Like, what's like purpose wise? Like, we're having a conversation. Is it purpose being that you're seeing people wither away and you thrive, giving you sense of purpose, or sense of purpose of like how do you get purpose out of being around people who are passing away? Or like I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm curious to know that. Let me put this light on charge while you respond that. Ooh, boy. Okay, okay. Let me see here. Uh, it gives me purpose. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what gives you purpose. Hey, I got a couple more minutes, man. It's about 2 hours. It's about pushing about 2 hours. Uh, yeah, and I need to take me a shower and stuff. It's 1:19 in the morning here in the Carolinas. Yeah. So death isn't always nice. That is, I mean, what is a nice part of death? It's like, what is a nice? Well, I just want to lay there and go to sleep. You know. Let me see. Death isn't always nice. I get purpose because I'm holding their hand when a family member chooses not to. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like not dying alone. Completely understand. Um, I once rolled a piano in the in the room and played, and the woman who was speechless started to sing. That's funny. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate like people like that. I mean, see, even though we have like our difference from a political aspect, that level of compassion is what creates that equilibrium in society. So yeah. And then she died 13 minutes later. Man, it's just interesting. Hmm. Oh man, I got questions. So like, okay, if you're, how many people have you been around that passed away? That's my first question. And then, um, do you believe in ghosts? It might have been my piano playing. Mm, I don't know what you mean on that one. I don't. Might have been my piano playing. I don't. I don't get the piano. I'm sorry. I don't get the last one. It might have been my piano playing. But yeah, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I'm slowing down. My caffeine is starting to wear off. I do believe in ghosts. I also pretty much have been at the side of many patients when they die. I have my coin. I was calling Death Angel. That's crazy. Yeah. Hey man, and I can't even tell you. I appreciate that because it's no nobody would want to. I was being funny saying my bad piano playing. Oh yeah. I get it now. Your piano skills, I get it. So look, with jokes, man, I suck. I have to read over it several times because black and white. I'm like this. I don't get it. Like the context, that makes perfect sense now. Thank you. So even if I don't laugh on the initial part, once you explain it, I'm like, oh okay, I get it. Thank you. But no, man, I that's good. And for somebody that's advocating for somebody to be there, black and white. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, man, I need to go get this car back in here and literally go to sleep because, well, I need to go take a shower, then go to sleep. So I was hoping mommy would come here, but she ain't show her ass up in here. So to a degree, maybe she'll pop in later. Hey, look, man, we'll get up. I'm gonna try to get live sometime, but it's getting live ain't really. Oh yeah, no problem, man. I would definitely like. I like talking and stuff, but I'm not the. We gotta talk more about the whole death thing because I'm like, if I start talking about this, we're gonna keep talking, and I'm gonna keep talking for another hour and a half. That's just how I'd operate, and I need to shut myself up sometime. Let me tell you, look, I went to a different restaurant today, met a nice brown skinned lady manager at one of the restaurants. And I tell you what, we got to talk about 30 minutes. She was the manager there. I'm look if I lie to you not. If I was single, okay, I'd probably still be talking to her right now. It's like I talk a lot. I mean, I probably spend like 30 hours a week just sitting there having a conversation. Be aware of brown ones. Oh yeah, the brown man, look, the brown ones, man, look. Look, boy, you see that? See that boy? That crime rate, but that crime rate real. Don't come around here. So, I gotta go, man. I gotta kick rocks. And then, look, it's bad enough that I'm drinking caffeine and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I got like other stuff I gotta work on in the morning. And I didn't even go to the gym today. So how about that? I didn't even go to the gym. So I definitely gotta go to the gym tomorrow to see the fine women in the gym. Okay, because once I start flexing and getting muscles and stuff, they tend to be nice to me. So anyway, hey, look, man, look, let me kick rocks, but we'll link up and maybe I'll go live in some upcoming days. So yeah, I know, man. I know. I don't know what that sigh was for, but hopefully it wasn't for my muscles. I said no. Well, I know what you like, and we don't like the same thing. So no, let me stop. Yeah, no, that's gay, bro. No, no. Look, what's the lady from Family Guy, the maid? No, no, yeah, no. Mm-mm. Mm. I've been hit, man. Look, let me tell you something. Look, I keep saying, I'm gonna tell you something before I leave. I've been hit on some of everything, so that's why I can't get mad. It's like, no, I'm good. I know how to say no, as long as they don't try to, rape me and stuff. Look, I've had women, them transformers. So I guess if you gay, you a part of them too, them transformers. Look, I was going kayaking one day and literally, I'm a homophobic. Hell yeah, I'm homophobic and racist. Some all of it. So, but no, the lady came, she was coming, we were bisecting when I was going to the men's restroom. And even though I went to the restroom on several occasions, she stopped me. She was like, I said, I stopped and paused, and just that fast, I'm looking at the restroom like, am I at the right one? Even though I know I've been in this restroom 1,000 times. And then she looks at me because I'm perturbed, confused. So I had to use I'm in the right one though. I'm like, oh, and like it stunned me. Like, lady, I don't give a fuck. As long as people use the bathroom and get the hell out, I don't care. But the whole pandering to the societal thing, this is that bait shit I was talking about. When black people take the bait with the racism, when the gays take the bait with the interpretation of homophobia, when who else? The whole thing now is the Haitians. You know, years ago was the Mexicans. It was the 9/11. It was the Muslims. It's the same cyclical shit that goes on, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we don't have to get mad since we're talking about Donald Trump. I'm just drawing my point home here. I don't like gays, but I'm talking to you. I mean, I'm not trying to hit on you. We're not trying to build a relationship like that. So it's nothing wrong with not living up to the other person's expectation and being reasonable. You see, so that's why I say we can't take Donald Trump seriously like that. There's qualities and factions you're going to like about me, you're not. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just one of those situations that we got to weigh. So I don't. What was I going with another story? I had a bunch of other stories, man. I've been hit on some of like everything. Hell, had a transgender person. I have a video of that. Literally, like the way it looked like a woman. It was either a very ugly woman or a very attractive man. I don't know. It's like, but I'm like, this. Her hands had veins, and she was pretty stalky. So, yeah, dude. But you can tell anyway. Hey, look, man, I gotta get on. I'm about to kick rocks. I'll see you later.